If you think the phrase just be means chilling out on the couch, be chill, don't get upset about things, or that it's about being in the present moment, being highly aware, then you are missing out on the most important meaning of just be. Hi, I'm Deepa Lou, and I'm the Creative Mystic, and I'm all about helping you step into your greatness of shining your light in the world, to grow spiritually so you can actually be, do, and have everything that you truly desire. Now today, I got a download in meditation. I was meditating and the words of just be floated across my mind, and I got this download on what it truly means that will help you to step into being your true self and creating a life that you love. One where you grow spiritually, one where you can actually start to manifest what your heart's desires are. So I want to get to it. So in meditation, like I said, these words floated across my head, just be. And I got this download about what just be truly means. I thought, like you, that it meant like to be in the present moment, to chill out. And that is partly what it means. But Divine Mother gave me this guidance that there's this whole other level of just be that is the most important meaning of that phrase, okay? Now, what she said to me was, just be is about being you. That being you is the key to your success, to your happiness, to being who you're supposed to be, to do what you're supposed to do, and to have what you're supposed to have. That you have to just be you before anything else so that you can create what you truly desire. Now, she wanted me to explain what just be isn't, what being you isn't, because some people aren't clear on that. Now, maybe you are, because I know for me, many years ago, I kept getting intuitive guidance to be you. I'd get this, it would come, be you, and I'd be like, I feel like I am being me. But I would still get the guidance. And what I realized over time was that there were areas of my life or of myself that I was keeping hidden. Okay, so Divine Mother wanted me to clarify for you what being you is not, so you can recognize when you're not being you, and then also to talk to you about what is being you, so that you can actually start to step into your empowered self of being your true self, your authentic self, which is your most empowered self, because that empowered self can do wonders. You can manifest anything. You are powerful beyond being, or beyond what you know, when you step into being 100% your authentic self, okay? So, not being you, let's start with that, okay? Because we want you to recognize first when you're not actually being the true you. So, you know you're not being you when you worry about what other people think. If you worry about what other people think and you don't do something because you're afraid that they're going to think you're crazy, you're silly, you're stupid, you're whatever, too much or not enough of something, that's not being you, okay? You're not being you if you hide parts of yourself. So part of hiding yourself might be like I was in the closet for years about my spirit guides because I had a lot of doubt and fear of, one, can I really do it? Or two, are people going to think I'm weird about it? Now that's worried about what people think too, but when you know you are not being you, when you keep certain parts of you like a secret, maybe you don't tell a friend about your interest in Reiki, or that you're the creator of your reality, or or your spouse. That's even worse. I meet a lot of women where they keep certain secrets from their husbands because their husband wouldn't approve or doesn't believe it, and so they keep it all hidden away, okay? So that's not being you when you hide the truth of who you are and your interests, okay? It's also, you're not being you if you catch yourself being different around one set of people and another set of people. So an example of that is maybe at work you all are all efficient and you're competent, and obviously you don't want to do your job well, but that is not really your personality, but you're really kind of a silly, funny, expressive person, but you hide that away at work, that would be not being true to you. Or the opposite, maybe you're at home and you hide things, that maybe you're really spiritually oriented and you believe in miracles, but your spouse doesn't, so you keep it hidden. So those are just a few examples. So those are all examples of you not being you. And it might seem really obvious what they are, but the truth is a lot of times people don't even recognize that they're doing it. It's such a habit to hide maybe your spiritual beliefs and your spiritual truths that you don't tell people. I know when I first got on the spiritual path and was only what I call a Buddhist, back many years ago, I wouldn't tell Christian people, because what would happen sometimes is some of them would say to me, I'll pray for you, you're going to hell, or something, because I wasn't Christian. And so that would scare me. But I've gotten over that now. I don't hide that, obviously. But, that was my journey of like, how do I let this go and really step into who I am? And as I became interfaith and started to call myself a Buddhist yogi, I had my Buddhist friends that I had gone to the organization with and done my chanting and everything with, that I kept that hid for a while. And then I realized, like, no, I'm going to let people know I'm interfaith. And I started to let that out. And so we do it sometimes not even realizing it, because it's just a habit, okay? So those are when you're not being you. Now let's get to what it looks like to be you, to just be you. So this is how you know you're just being you. And if you're doing the things that aren't being you, this is the aspiration that you want to head towards, okay? So this isn't about judging yourself if you're not doing it perfectly. It's about, this is the direction I want to head, okay? So I'm not expecting any kind of perfection about this. Divine Mother's always like taking us where we are, and she wants you to take yourself where you are in your journey of taking baby steps maybe. Now, if you're someone who can take a big leap, go ahead and do it. But if you're doing baby steps, she's saying commend yourself for that baby step each and every day, okay? So just be you. The first one is, you're just being you, and it's the first step in starting to be you, is when you listen to yourself. You listen to what's true in your heart. You listen to maybe what's going on in your head when something scares you and you have certain needs, okay? But you start to listen to yourself, okay? That's number one. You listen to your heart of what is true. Now, you want to listen to all of you, like I said, like your needs and everything, but in order to start being the true you, in order to create a life you love, you have to listen to the truth that is singing in your heart. And she says that about singing in your heart, because there is something that you keep maybe pushing down, if you're watching this, that you need to say, no, I'm going to own this. So for me, she wants me to give an example that I was hiding the stuff about the spirit guides, and I finally needed to come out of the closet, and I did. And then things just started to click and flow because of it, okay? Now, there's always another level. That's the thing about it, is when you grow on the spiritual path, you have to keep being willing to grow to that next level. You grow and you're like, oh, okay, I'm doing that better. And then you see there's another level, okay? So it's about listening to your heart. Okay, that's the first thing. The next part of listening to your heart is not just like acknowledging that's what's true in your heart, but acting on what is true in your heart. How do you act on it? Now, part of what's true in your heart is that intuitive higher guidance that you're getting that maybe you're afraid to act on. So, for instance, for me, one of the things I was afraid to act on a while back was that I could see someone's energy and create a personal spirit guide for them that's here to help them with their purpose and overcome a challenge. And when I first got the download to do it, I was really afraid on the first one I did. But I did it anyway, okay? I invited my spirit guides in to help me with that, okay? So that's about acting on it. Now, here's the other one. Remember I told you I'm all about helping you step into your greatness and letting your light shine. So people hear that phrase all the time, let your light shine. What does that actually mean? Okay? Well, letting your light shine is part of being you. It's about letting people see it, okay? To see you, not just yourself or just your close-knit people that you're comfortable with. Now, this is, I want you to get a work in, it's a process. It's a work in progress. You'll be a work in progress to let yourself be seen even more. But letting your light shine is about going for the big dream that you have, okay? Even if people say that's crazy, that's not possible, you go for it anyway. Now, in the beginning, I tell people when you're new to like, the creator of my reality and I'm going to go for my big dream, I say share it with people who are safe. And that means share it with people who aren't going to poo-poo it or tell you it's not possible, okay? But you don't hide it from the people that might poo-poo it, okay? But you want to share it with people to have a support system around you that are going to go, yay, I'm glad you're stepping into it. If you have that desire, I know it's possible for you, okay? You want to share it, make sure you're sharing it with first those people because you need to have some synergy energy with it. And that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm looking to create a membership. I really want to get it going this year. It's about to help create that synergy effect for you. So if you are interested in something like that, please get on my waiting list for it. I'll put the link in the show notes so that if you want to get on the waiting list to get into my membership, that's going to create that synergy to help you go for it and to grow spiritually in any desire that you have, so that you're not alone in it, because being alone in it can be more difficult for most people, okay? So it's about letting your light shine. Letting your light shine is going for that dream, that big vision thing that maybe you don't even think is possible, but you go for it anyway, okay? That's letting your light shine. Now, here's the other part about being you. It's about accepting where you are right now with how you feel physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So one of the examples I want to give you is, like, for me, for over a year, I had these terrible inner ear vertical problems where I just, either I'd feel like I was on a boat or that I wasn't, like the room would spin or things were happening. And I had to adjust what I was doing because I wasn't feeling up for a lot. But I didn't give up on what I desired. I just did it in smaller, slower increments, okay? So that's just one example. Emotionally, like the other thing, like my mom is in a place of beginning to transition, and so I go in and out of grief. Like, I'm having grief, but I go in and out of like ups and downs. And so it's about accepting these things and honoring, like, what can I really do? Okay, and then spiritually, what do you need to be inspired? Because inspiration is more important than we think. And it could be inspiration of learning. It could be inspiration of like doing something a little different in your spiritual practices. Once you get on the spiritual path for a long time, it's how do you keep it fresh? Okay, so you want to accept where that is so that you can move forward on it in a way that truly takes care of you, because where you are in your spiritual development, emotional development, mental and physical development is the only way you can really be you. If you try to ignore those and fight your way through it, and whatever you have going on will get worse. So part of being you is about being with where you are right now, okay? And then you want to share your message once you start to get clear on it. Now, in the beginning, if you're new to this, of stepping into being you, of being your true self, you might not know what your message is, but I'm kind of sharing you like all of it as you continue to grow on that path, okay? And then the big one is also follow your intuitive inklings. They speak through your heart, but depending on how you're wired, they may speak to you in different ways. If you're an empath or highly sensitive like me, they're going to probably speak through your sensing nature. Now, what some would call your feeling nature. But often people confuse feeling with emotions. But you'll get like pulls or yearnings when you're an empath or highly sensitive. Now, you might be someone who's claircognizant and you're all-knowing, or clairvoyant where you see things, clairaudient where you hear things. All of those are different ways, and you want to honor whichever way you're wired. Now, if you're looking to get closer and know more about the way you're wired and how do I step into this even more about being the true you, please feel free to check out my Connect to Your Purpose Spirit Guide program, because it's all about helping you step into being the true you. Because my spirit guides told me your first purpose is to be the true you, because from there everything will blossom, okay? And one of the things that's also important is you have to get on the path of self-love. My spirit guide, Holy Mary, Mother of Love, told me that one of the most important loves, the most important love, is self-love. Because you will not be able to do any of the things I've talked about without beginning to go, I am willing to start loving myself completely. Now, you don't have to love yourself completely to start on this path, but you have to be have an open door to at least be open to it, okay? Now, I'd love it if you'd share anything, insights, questions in the comments. If you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe. If you like what you're hearing, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to be a blessing in the world and you know of someone who would benefit from hearing this, please share it, all right? And again, have a miraculous day. Blessings.